And moving on to the top focus at this hour, India was today seen shining like a bright star at the G20 Summit in Indonesia's Bali, from US President Joe Biden reaching out to Prime Minister Modi for a handshake, to UK PM Rishi Sunak, French President Emmanuel Macron, as well as the host nation's President Joko Widodo seen engaging with Prime Minister Modi at the G20. The bonhomie between the Prime Minister and the world's most powerful leaders was on full display. The Prime Minister even had a 30-second brief encounter with Chinese President Xi Jinping at the G20 Summit, when the Prime Minister himself got up from his chair and reached out and shook hands with Xi Jinping. This was the first such engagement of the two world leaders since the 2020 Galwan clash. The PM at the G20 today said that India is a ray of hope for the world in the 21st century, and that India thinks today and it thinks big. Listen in.
भारत के पास भी इंडोनेशिया को देने के लिए बहुत कुछ है। आज भारत अभूतपूर्व स्पीड पर काम कर रहा है और अप्रत्याशित स्केल पर काम कर रहा है। अब भारत छोटा सोचता ही नहीं है। स्टैच्यू बनाएगा तो दुनिया में सबसे बड़ा, स्टेडियम बनाएगा तो दुनिया में सबसे बड़ा।
As India stole the show at the G20 today, the BJP didn't shy away from claiming that the world never took note of India when Dr. Manmohan Singh was the Prime Minister of the country, and that India had come a long way under the Prime Minister's leadership. Listen in.
I don't think there's politics in it. These are plain facts. We cannot deny certain facts. Dr. Manmohan Singh was the Prime Minister, but he did not have the kind of political heft that Mr. Modi has. And I don't think it's about politics. It's plain facts, and we see it almost every day. We have these kind of engagements.
The Congress, however, scoffed at the comparison made by the BJP and tweeted a 2010 video of Manmohan Singh meeting with the then US President Barack Obama at the G20 Summit in Toronto. The Congress also took a dig at the Prime Minister for his meeting with the Chinese President. Congress leader Udit Raj tweeted saying that India is waiting. When will the Prime Minister show red eyes to China? Listen in to the opposition's attack.
Well, every statement that comes from the BJP's media head is not to be taken seriously at all. As far as the Prime Minister is concerned, well, he's the Prime Minister of India. You've taken, you're heading the G20 at the moment. Respect given to the Prime Minister is respect given to India.
I don't know who is Amit Malavia, but I know Mr. Nitin Gadkari, who was once the chief of BJP. He was president of BJP. And you can just remember what Nitin Gadkari said, that the countries should be grateful for the reforms done by Manmohan Singh for what he has done. I think it is Amit Malviya's this statement is rubbish.
हर सरकारों में G20 का सवाल हो, शिखर सम्मेलन का सवाल हो, देश के प्रधानमंत्री अन्य देशों के प्रधानमंत्री से बातचीत करते रहते हैं। कि इसके पहले देश के प्रधानमंत्री अन्य प्रधानमंत्री से नहीं मिले हैं क्या? मनमोहन सिंह से तो कई बार कई राष्ट्रों के प्रधानमंत्री राष्ट्राध्यक्षों से लगातार कान में बात करते हुए लोगों ने देखा है।
देखिए, ये चाटुकारिता की पराकाष्ठा है। दरअसल हिंदुस्तान ने जो पिछले 7 दशकों में एक वैश्विक आर्थिक शक्ति की वजह से जो प्रतिष्ठा हासिल की है, आज भारत को उसका सम्मान मिल रहा है।
You're watching the News Hour at 9, debate number 2 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
And for more on this, we're joined by Aparajita Sarangi, MP of the BJP. Dr. Anand Ranganathan, author, is with us. Kamruzaman Chaudhary of the Congress continues to be with us. Abbas Haider is a spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. Aparajita Sarangi, we've heard today what has been said by the Congress in response to the BJP's assertion. They're saying it's factually wrong, that Dr. Manmohan Singh was himself as much respected as other prime ministers, and it is the office or the chair of the Prime Minister of India that is gathering this respect. And there are several aspects and incidents that have been quoted as well. Your quick response to that, Aparajita Sarangi.
A very good evening. Truth is bitter, but I think some people need to have the courage to accept the truth. The fact is that Honorable Prime Minister seems to lead from the front, not only within the nation, but also beyond the boundaries of our country. See, we have seen his photographs, we have seen the way he has been talking to everybody, we have seen how the other leaders have taken note of him. And let me tell you, Vladimir Putin, a very few weeks back, had hugely praised our Prime Minister, and many world leaders have talked of four things, good things in India, which have come up under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi. One is his philosophy, his concept of India first. Number two, digital India. Number three, make in India. And number four, the way we handled COVID. We tried to give vaccines to not less than 100 countries and medicines to many. So I think on all fronts, India has been engaging with different countries.
Okay.
And we have been, been a center point everywhere.
All right. I want to quickly get in a response.
Yeah.
Let me quickly get in response to some of the points that you've made, and I want to go across to Kamruzaman Chaudhary on that. Kamruzaman Chaudhary, whether it is the vaccines, the Vaccine Maitri program, whether it is India's independent foreign policy when it comes to Ukraine, where we have balanced our concerns of both the East and West. We have been the only Quad member, for instance, that has not come out and openly criticized Russia. Several other points that the BJP has been making, but the point that they're making is that it's because of those positions of strength that India has taken in recent years that we are seeing this reciprocation at the G20. Your response to that?
Basically, Madhavan, you know something, Amit Malviya, the IT cell head of the BJP, he might want to eulogize the Prime Minister Narendra Modi on a foreign country. That's absolutely fine because he's a political person. But you know, when we plant a tree, it doesn't bear fruit immediately. But as the tree grows, it begins to bear the fruits. The tree that was planted in 1947 by the Congress leaders along with the entire nation is beginning to bear fruit, and it's the fruit that the Congress party had planted that all of us are enjoying now. My Prime Minister is on a foreign country. I will not want to criticize him on a foreign country, but you must acknowledge the fact that the India did not begin and did not start from 2014. It is a period of time that India has evolved and is a national and an international power now because of the policies of the successive prime ministers and successive governments. We need to acknowledge them rather than demonize them or dehumanize
Quick response
them.
from Aparajita Sarang before I come across to Dr. Anand Ranganathan. Quick response. Aparajita Sarangi, India did not start in 2015. It is a continuum of government that is now seeing its fruits being borne out in the international arena. Please respond very quickly to that.
See, we are the ones who have acknowledged the liberalization policy of Narasimha Rao ji, and we all are well aware of the fact that the Congress, the Gandhi family, had almost discarded his philosophy and his ideas. So it's very wrong to say that we talk about ourselves only and we do not give regard to others. The fact remains that we have been doing extremely well on all fronts, including at the international stage, and there are people who are unhappy with the fact that India is getting of importance at the international stage.
Very quickly. Let me bring in Dr. Anand Ranganathan. We have limited time, Dr. Ranganathan. But, you know, many would say, and critics of this government at least would say, that even policies such as Act East are rooted in the Look East policy that India had during Dr. Narasimha Rao's regime as Prime Minister. So there are several parallels to be drawn here. Does Kamruzaman Chaudhary have a point at all? Do you agree with him?
No, I certainly compliment Mr. Chaudhary for making those remarks, because let me be very honest, a position of strength is the result of progression of strength. If India is strong today, if Mr. Modi is able to project and people listen to him and understand him and value him and our country, it is because of a tremendous work done by all previous Prime Ministers, including Dr. Manmohan Singh and Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee and others before him. The point is Mr. Modi strong now? So does that mean that Dr. Manmohan Singh was weak or Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee was weak? It's not like that. You can't. Comparison of this scale is futile because it has been a progression of strength.
Right.
Now I want to make two. If I have a minute, Madhav.
Very quickly, please.
Okay. I just wanted to say that India is a strong nation, but more than that, it is a friendly nation. This is what sets us apart. There are other strong nations, but we are a strong as well as a friendly nation. And I want to talk about the philosophical positioning here because that is crucial. You know, when Modi ji talks about India as a Jagat Guru, what does he mean? To me, he means imbibing the phrase he likes to use, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The world is my family. Right. Modern genetics has shown how exceptionally liberal, progressive and scientific it is. The fact of the matter is we are so friendly because we believe in this. Just 30 seconds. We trade goods worth $620 billion with 194 nations and rank impressively on the overall trade index. We welcome all with open arms, are ranked 34th amongst most friendly countries. Our refugee policy, says the UNHCR, is an example of the world to follow. We have committed ourselves to the Paris climate deal, even though it would mean sacrificing on the speed of growth that all rich countries before us shield away from. Are these not the traits displayed by people who only love their nation? So, in combating those who peddle an obtuse and bizarre idea of India, let us not forget the idea from India. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam.
Right. All right, let me take that question across to the SP spokesperson who's with us on the panel, Abbas Haider. Abbas Haider ji, we have heard what the BJP panelist has said. You've heard the achievements of India that Dr. Anand Ranganathan has listed. But the point that is being made by the BJP is that opposition is not able to digest the success. जो भारत की success international arena में रही है, वो opposition parties digest नहीं कर पा रही और इसी वजह से मोदी diplomacy को भी criticize किया जा रहा है. क्या कहेंगे आप उन्हें?
I strongly believe that we should respect our leaders, irrespective of the party line, especially when they are representing us in our international platform. The problem is, see, I respect our leader, but it cannot be done on the cost of demeaning the predecessor. This is something they are setting a wrong example, which they have been setting by the IT cell and the PR agencies of Bharatiya Janata Party. Now, I was expecting a picture of Modi ji showing Lal to Xi Jinping, who has continued to illegally occupy 34,000 square kilometers of our territory. I mean, see, we are going to preside over the G20. We will be the third last member of G20 out of
Quick
the
response
19 to preside over the G20.
Okay, I got your point, sir. Let's get a response to the BJP. Let's get a response to the BJP. After what's happened in Ladakh, what's happened in Galwan, why are we seeing this interaction? If I've got the sum and substance of the question of the SP spokesperson, Aparajita Sarangi, would you like to take that? Yeah.
See, they have to...
You made your question, sir. Listen to our response now.
See, these people have to acknowledge and appreciate the good work being done at the international level and within the nation. IMF has been big heart to praise India. WB, the World Bank, has been praising India for its digitization, IMF for the tech benefit transfer system. We are the 5th largest economy. Leaving Britain behind, we have come forward, and by 2030 we would be the 3rd largest economy as per the statement.
Ma'am, the question was on diplomacy and China, but I think you're talking about economy here. I want Anand to quickly respond to that. Last comment, please. We have to close the debate after this. Anand, 30 seconds.
Yes, last comment, last question to Ms. Sarangi. You see, Pakistan perpetrated the Pulwama bombing. We cut off our relationships and trade with Pakistan. China perpetrated Galwan, and our trade imbalance has grown to $120 billion. Could you please explain that, Ms. Sarangi?
Aparajita Sarangi, 30 seconds, quickly, please.
See, I can only say that it is up to you what spectacles you wear to actually look at the way we are working. It all depends on you. So the
Anand Ranganathan will not wear any other colored spectacles than you would imagine, madam. But we can leave it there for the moment. I'd like to thank Dr. Ranganathan, Kamruzaman Chaudhary, Abbas Haider and Aparajita Sarangi for joining us. It's a big moment for India. And no doubt for the next 1 year, India is going to have the presidency of the G20. It's a moment that we should all as Indians be welcoming. Unfortunately, we're seeing the specter of politics playing out even at this moment. We leave you with that thought, ladies and gentlemen.
The News Hour at 9 will be right back after the break.